but they're charging you this seemingly insignificant 1%. 1% doesn't sound like a lot, right? However, this 1% is designed to compound, which means that as time goes on, it's really more than 1%. It can charge you 30% over the life of your investment. So this can end up costing you tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hi, and welcome back to the fifth and final day in our How to Get Off the Paycheck to Paycheck Struggle Bus series. Now, we've been working on how to optimize our money in different areas so that we can master it now, so that when we get ready to bump up our income, we'll be able to handle that and that won't go to waste also. So now, on our fifth strategy, we are going to talk about optimize investments. Now, this can get real complicated, so I'm not going to make it that way. I'm just going to talk to you in basic terms that's going to help you to kind of get a second set of eyes on what you should be looking at when it comes to your investments. So let's dive right in. First thing we want to think about when we're dealing with our investments is the fees that we pay. Now, I've talked about this so many times. So many of you out there are using your cousin, your brother-in-law, your nephew, or whatever. Maybe you're using the person that your parents use, you inherited them, and you're using them just because, right? Maybe you don't want to hurt feelings, maybe you just don't want to change, but they're charging you this seemingly insignificant 1%. 1% doesn't sound like a lot, right? However, this 1% is designed to compound, which means that as time goes on, it's really more than 1%. It can charge you 30% over the life of your investment. So this can end up costing you tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars over the lifetime of your investment strategy. So I always say, check these out. Make sure that you're not paying that 1% to anybody. And if you are, that you have a darn good reason for the returns they're getting you for why you're paying them that. My way of avoiding that is I keep it simple. I use index funds. That's it. I use index funds. Now, next, for the W-2s in the house, I'm going to say, look at what you're invested in your 401k. So many of us get that 401k and we just check off medium, right? And then we just take whatever comes with that and we don't pay attention to how it performs, and our 401k could be invested in some dog funds, but we just don't even take the time. You could be doing so much better if you redirected where your money was going. So look at that. Another thing about that is max the match. If your employer is offering a match, say 1, 2, 3, 6%, match it. That's free money. That means for every dollar you're putting in, they're matching it with another dollar. Or maybe they're matching it at 50%. That's still a guaranteed instant win. Take that money and run with it. Now, for the solos out there, meaning business owners, solopreneurs, 1099s, things like that, your best friend in the world is a Roth. Why? Because you're putting money into your Roth with after-tax money, which means you've already paid the tax on that at today's rate. Look at where the country's going and ask yourself, what are the chances that the income tax rate is going to be higher by the time I'm ready to take my money out than where it is now? I would bet it's going to be higher, so I would rather pay today's rate. Another thing I'd rather get is tax-free growth. withdrawal. See, in your 401k, you don't pay tax on the money today. But when you take it out, you pay tax at your ordinary income tax rate when the time comes. You've gotten that out of the way today with the Roth. So everything you take out of this, meaning it grows tax-free, you withdraw tax-free, it's all yours. It's cream. Take it. That's why I love it so much. Now, the last thing I want to do is, when it comes to your advisor, vet your advisor. Look them up. You can go on FINRA's website, put in their name, and find out about them. Ask them questions. See if this person is really a fiduciary, meaning they're required to work in your best interest, or they're not, meaning that they sell you anything they want as long as they can get the highest commission. See, when you start keying in on these things in your investments, you're already ahead of 99% of the population, because people they don't even bother with this. They either don't invest at all and they miss out on all of that compound growth, or they just hand it over to somebody who's going to bend them over and rape them. Don't be that person. Be smart. Follow these things. I hope all of these 5 strategies I've given you this week will help you to master your money so that you can get the margin you need to start putting away savings, start putting away investments, start paying down debt, and mastering your income. After you do that, then you can get set to start growing your income. And later on, I'll show you how to do that. Guys, it's been great talking to you this week. I hope you enjoyed and benefited from everything. Stay tuned in, because I'll have some more coming for you very soon. Have a great weekend. Bye.